When was the first moment you thought about Goldlist? When did it first spring to mind, like, oh, Goldlist?
Actually, it wasn't Goldlist originally, it was something else. It was a spin-off of one of my other businesses where I was recognising that there was a need to have this network of people, not only that I knew, but lots of other people who they knew, and we could make something of it rather than just something small and niche. And I wanted to originally keep it something small and niche, but then make it grow and introduce lots of other businesses and people to this much larger network. And yeah, the idea was shelved for a little while, probably a couple of years actually, and then I got some encouragement because some close friends of mine knew the idea that I had, and they always said that's the best idea you've had. And even though there was some other businesses that I was running, they were like, go for it, let's get something going, you know, you should do that. So actually it came to life again, and that's when the name Goldlist came around. And it wasn't necessarily just pitched at high net worth private clients, and the gold part of it isn't really significant in any way, it's just a nice name. And yeah, it's now come to fruition, and it's become an app rather than it was going to be a website and just a community thing, but there's going to be loads more off the back of the app to keep humans interacting and things working together as people, not just tech taking over our lives.
So where do you see Goldlist in 5 years' time?
The vision for Goldlist is to be the go-to app, not in 5 years' time, but within 12 months' time, really, for the world to know where they need to go in order to find the business that they want to connect up to. Yeah, we've got search engines at the tip of our fingers on phones, iPads, computers, but if you think of trying to find a business on a search engine, it can take some time. You know, punch in a specific category or business sector, and you know, you've got reams of companies that you might want to contact, and that takes time, and we're so time poor nowadays that Goldlist is taking that away from people. We're bringing back the time into people's lives where we can just allow them to search for a category and find a business within seconds. It really is like nothing else out there. Fast forward to year 5, and I think it will definitely have matured into something a lot bigger than just a little app that's got a few functions. There's so many great ideas of growth and community, like the hubs that we can create in all the towns all over the world. So yeah, there's a lot in my head ready to work on over the next few years for sure.
No, yeah, it sounds amazing. What are you most excited for in this next year coming?
It's excitement and it's a tiny bit of nerves at the same time, because Goldlist is brand new. Not only is it a new company, it's a new concept, it's a new app. There's so many apps coming out all the time that the focus really is to get it to a level where everyone knows about it, and that's the most nerve-wracking job at the moment. But we're so confident in what we're doing that it'll do a lot of its work itself. It's in each humans now, but I think as we have seen before, apps and tech can just take off so quickly that it doesn't need as much human force as sometimes we think.
And if I'm a business, a new business, how's Goldlist going to help me?
Goldlist is going to help new businesses, not even new businesses, but existing businesses, because it's transforming the way that us as business owners are found by our clients. I mean, I run a couple of other businesses, and I know what it's like trying to get new clients. It's difficult. So we're really taking a lot of the stress and effort out of the business having to invest and market their company all over the internet, which social media platforms work for them, because they all seem to be different. You know, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, they've all got their different type of audiences. How do you do that? You know, it's a bit of a minefield when it comes to getting a business out there. But a new business is so exciting, because I think a lot of new businesses will be formed on the back of this app because of how easy it is to get new clients. It's like nothing else out there, so they don't have the worries of which social media platforms are going to maybe generate some income for them. Most don't, but some do. Which search engines should they be paying to be on at the top? It's all of these crazy ideas and worries that you have as a new business that actually are very costly are now thrown away and put to the side, because Goldlist comes in. You put your business on Goldlist and you're in the mix. You're ready to be found by a client that wants to interact with you.
Cool. And what's you're obviously taking this global. What's your plan to reach other countries?
The app will be global from the very beginning, and it needs to be, because say for example you are in London but you are traveling to Miami and you don't know the area that well. You might have never been there before. You might have your flight booked and your hotel booked, which you could also find companies on Goldlist to help you with that as well. But if you've got the essentials booked like that, then you might push the boat out. When you arrive, you might want to have a chauffeur pick you up. You might want to book a top restaurant in the area. You might want to get a hairdresser come to your hotel when you're there. And actually you can do all of that from the app, from where you're sitting, rather than when you're in the location. So we need the flexibility so that when the client is sitting in the country that they're traveling from, they can drop their pin in the new location and find all of those different companies that they want to connect up with, the hairdresser, the chauffeur, and whoever else, the restaurant they might want to book, or a concierge they might want their help with throughout their stay. So it's so easy now to do those things, and that's why Goldlist is going global from the very beginning, because we don't want to restrict our clients to be able to find exactly what they need wherever they're going.
Cool. Can you give me a personal example of a product or a service which you could have found easily using Goldlist?
Yeah, that's a good question. So how would I have used Goldlist? And you wouldn't believe, now the concept is alive, how many times I think I need to Goldlist this, or there's going to be a saying, Goldlist it. It's every one of us has the need to Goldlist something right now, whether it be a restaurant later, or you're looking for a new piece of fine art, or it could be just anything, or a watch, for example. I like watches. I enjoy buying watches. I love the history of them, the technicalities to them, and yeah, I would have used Goldlist numerous times to help me find the rare watches that I like buying. And for example, I took roughly 12 to 18 months to find one watch, and I must have spent hours and hours and hours calling numerous dealers to try and locate a specific watch, because it was so unique. And if I had had Goldlist, I would have saved a lot of money making phone calls. I would have saved a lot of time. I was traveling around different countries trying to find the piece itself. If I'd had Goldlist, I would have been able to just send a request out. It would have gone to all of those companies that were or who are listed as watch sellers, and I would have got a response within seconds, and it would have saved me an awful lot of time, money and hassle.
That's great. Well, Sam, it's been amazing talking to you today. We're in a lovely setting here, and I'm looking forward to getting out into the town, onto the boat, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Well, thanks, mate.
That's all right. No worries. Take care.
Pleasure.